tuning in for yet another Let's Get Graphic, where I will introduce you guys to some more graphic novels that are intended for mature readers. First up, we have The Unwritten. This is another, it's another Vertigo series, Vertigo comic book series. It was recommended to me by Goodreads, and this has a really weird premise to it. It's intended for mature readers, but it is about a guy whose father based Harry Potter type stories on him, and he may really be a wizard because all of a sudden these evil wizard people are after him for some reason. I thought that was a really cool concept. I've never read Harry Potter, but because it was recommended to me by Goodreads, I figured I would check this series out. It has an interesting premise, and it does have a really cool cover. I mean, all the words, he's being swallowed up by the story that's basically been written about him. And here's some of the inside artwork. That is Volume 1, the introduction to that series, and then I got Volume 2. And I'll show you real quick the inside of Volume 2. There's some more of Volume 2 and the back. I think this is only a 3-issue series, to tell you the truth. This is book 3. And I noticed they keep mentioning that he's the boy wizard, so I guess he's sort of he's like Harry Potter. And here's this is supposed to be an extra story from the series. This one is called Tommy Taylor and the Ship That Sank Twice. Some more of the inside. He even kind of looks like Harry Potter a little bit. So hopefully that will be an interesting read, let's say. I will definitely review the series. I'm not going to review each individual book, but I will let you guys know what I thought of it when I'm done reading it. Next up, we have Stephen King's N. This is based on a short story from Stephen King's Just After Sunset. I don't know. I've never read that one. That was a collection of short stories I've yet to read. I think I may check it out if I really like this one. Something about there's some kind of creature or something that's messing with this guy. And there's some of the... It's really short, too, which doesn't, But being that it's Stephen King, hopefully it's good. Okay, this is another... I know if you guys have been watching my graphic novel hauls for a while, you know that I had read the Blackest Night series that was done by DC that was about the Green Lantern. Well, there was a side part to that series, and it was the Superman the Black Ring, and it was all about how, Lex Luthor really wanted to, obtain this orange ring, and he finally got it. And this is a little more to that background to that story. It was another thing that was recommended to me by Goodreads because I had enjoyed the Blackest Night series so much, and this is the second part to that. Hopefully I like it as much as I like the Blackest Night series. Next up we have Invincible Family Matters. This is it's an Image comic. I've not read too many Image comics. I know that Image were a bunch of guys who used to work for Marvel, and for some reason they didn't like the way Marvel was doing things, so they decided to make their own comic book company, and that was a superhero line that they had made for that publisher or whatever. Next up is another one that Goodreads had recommended to me. It's Kurt Busiek's Astro City. I'm not 100% sure, but I think Kurt Busiek used to write for Avengers, and I kind of liked his stuff. I have no clue. I just know it's a different superhero comic, and this one's by Homage Comics, which I've never heard of before, so I don't know. I have no clue what I'm getting into by reading this. Astro City Family Album. And there's the back. And Astro City Local Heroes. That is another Let's Get Graphic. Questions, comments down below if you guys have read any of these. And have you read The Unwritten? That's the one I'm really interested to see. Because it's kind of horror, you know, like it's about these wizards who are trying to kill this guy who didn't even know he was a wizard. He just thought he was, you know, the main character for a series his father had written. So I find that to be an interesting story. If you have read it before and you know something about it, kind of like let me know, is it really a lot like Harry Potter? Have you read Harry Potter? Is that something I should pick up and check out? As I said before, I've never read them. It was like, Harry Potter was a series I think that came out when I was too old for their target audience, I think. So that's probably why I never really had an interest in it. I've never seen the movies either. I've just have had no interest in reading those books. I mean, I kind of have a basic idea what they're about, but I've never read them. So that is my graphic novel haul. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, later guys.